Welcome back to the Cuddy and Gabby Show. We're here at the Boca Resort. It's a gorgeous day. We're on an outside patio. What is this, Gabby? I don't even know.
It's where you come, you get your coffee. They have this alcoholic ice cream out here. They have the champagne.
Look at that, champagne vending machine. I've never seen a champagne vending machine.
Yeah, it's great.
Well, Gabby, we're going to get back to the winners and losers. We haven't had winners and losers in a bunch of weeks, but this week has been like the biggest week for news ever. We're on Spotify, YouTube, Instagram, Apple, TikTok, Facebook, X. We're all over the place. But let's get to the winners and losers. What do you want to do first, the winners or the losers? Well,
I can give you one quick winner real fast. I have my little doggy right here. Here's my little doggy. His name's Tito. He was blind for the last 2 years, but he had cataracts, so we had to wait for him to get hard. And he's now 2 weeks into seeing. He can now see. So he now has a new lease on life that he has his eyesight back.
How old is Tito? 12?
Tito is 12.
Tito's 12.
So he's a big winner.
Tito's is a big winner. Can they do that for people, cataracts?
Sure.
I guess so, yeah.
Sure, they can.
But a cataract actually makes you blind?
No, it clears it up, but for dogs, they have to wait for it to be hardened, and then they can do. So he had to be blind for 2 years, and now he's out playing with the other doggies.
So cool.
He's a winner. But we have other ones.
So what are some of our, well, I guess Trump's a big winner, right?
Well, let's put it this way. Trump is a winner in at least 3 different categories. So let's start off with that he won the club championship at Trump International, not just seniors, but regular club championship. And he also won Most Improved Golfer of the Year. And he was honored by Jack Nicklaus.
Jack Nicklaus gave him the trophy.
Right, which is unbelievable. So he's a winner on that. Then he became a winner that they reduced the amount of money that he has to give with Letitia James.
The bond
from $500 million to basically $175 million. But
excuse me one second. You see the big crowd watching us?
Yes,
Gabby?
I do
it's
that.
Like there must be 50 people
yeah,
watching
I do
us
that.
do the show.
Yeah, this is great.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, this is great. And so now it's $175 million.
So if Trump is the winner, is that James the AG a loser?
Absolutely, she's a loser.
And Fannie Willis, is she a loser?
She's a loser, but let's go to Letitia James. She had CNN set their TV booth outside of Trump Tower. They set up a studio so they could actually watch her try to padlock Trump International. And instead, his Truth Social went public. And what's he making? Like $2 billion a day?
Well, it's up again.
Paper?
It's up again today. Donald Trump, before his real estate holdings, just his Truth Social holdings is worth $8 billion.
But how much has he made in the last 4 days?
$8 billion.
$8 billion in 4 days. I don't think he's broke. I don't think he's loser.
If I was Donald Trump, I would write a check for the $450 out of the $8 billion and just take it down there and say, Bungu.
Right, right. I mean,
here's your $450.
Right. I mean, so it's unbelievable. Matter of fact, he could actually bankroll his entire campaign more than what Joe Biden has. So that's a winner all the way around with him. And I'm going to give another winner. John Fetterman. You heard me from this show put this guy down that he couldn't talk. He had a stroke. I was actually making fun of him. I got to tell you, the way that he can stand up and stick to his values with being a friend of Israel and an ally of Israel, he does not let anybody sway him. Where if you see Joe Biden, he's letting the Palestinians in Dearborn, Michigan, actually change his whole attitude towards Israel. But not John Fetterman. He's loyal to his own values. He's loyal to the southern border, where he knows it has to be closed. He knows that Menendez needs to be kicked out of the Senate. And this guy, at least, I got to give him respect.
Well, we wrote him off. When we made so much fun of the guy. John, we're sorry. We apologize for making fun of you. But we made so much fun of him when he was running for office. He couldn't speak. Do you remember that debate?
Yeah.
It was horrible.
And I got to take my hat off. I was wrong, John. I was wrong.
So, you know who the winner is? Medical science. I don't know whether he had stem cell or what he did, but he came back.
He came back stronger than ever. So
Does he have to wear a suit now? Every time I see him, he's still in a hoodie.
he can wear anything he wants. So he can wear the IDF
Fetterman
uniform.
for president.
Yeah, he can wear that. So I mean, you know, you have him as being a winner. You got RFK Jr., who was written off by the Democratic Party, that they didn't even want to like give him any recognition at all. Now all of a sudden they want to figure out how to get rid of this guy. They're really concentrating on that this guy can be a thorn in their side, especially when his vice presidential candidate's 38 years old and she's worth $20 billion. I mean, that's
unbelievable. He picks a girl. She was married to the Google guy, Sergey, whatever, Bin, and she's worth $20 billion from her divorce. He picks her. Now she can underwrite this campaign. Plus, he can get on all the ballots now.
right.
So he's a legitimate guy. He's polling at 24%, and he can totally change this election. I just hope that they give him Secret Service or something. I mean, you know, we know the chef died. We know a bunch of people have been missing in action.
And they want him gone.
They want him gone.
So, yeah, you know what? They really should be giving him.
He's got to get Secret Service.
Now, especially, he's a real candidate.
He's a real candidate.
What does he have, 20%?
And he has the Kennedy lure. I mean, you would think he needs Secret Service. But Joe Biden refused to give him Secret Service. It's just crazy. So Kennedy's definitely a winner. He's married to Cheryl Hines. She's gorgeous, from Curb Your Enthusiasm.
I think Governor DeSantis, I'm wearing a shirt today for him because what he did today is different than a lot of the Democratic governors. He actually signed into law today that you can call the police and they will remove a squatter if they are in your house. Just common sense laws that, like, some people in California, they have guest houses. Do you know if the guest house is empty for 30 days, you could actually have a squatter that lives in your backyard, and it can take a year to get him out, 2 years to get the squatter out. Governor DeSantis said, no, that doesn't make sense. He signed into law that squatters aren't going to be here, and I think he settled with Disney today.
Settled with Disney. I think DeSantis just has a projection problem. When he was running for office, I mean, as an executive, he does an unbelievable job. He settled with Disney. He passed the squatter thing, which is a giant mess across the country. But when he was running as a candidate for president, he just couldn't project well.
Right.
But now he's a do-it guy. He's getting the stuff done. So he's a winner this week.
He was always a do-it guy. He just didn't have the charisma to do it.
Right.
And you know, one thing that you could see is that when the bridge collapsed in Florida, he didn't sit there and say, "Oh, this is going to take 4 or 5 years." He gave you hope, and by the way, he got it done. They had Piss Pop Pete up there today. He basically said, "This is going to take a lot of money."
I was impressed with Pete. I thought he stepped up.
What did he do?
What did he do? Pete sounded more seasoned than he ever had.
He's had a lot of disasters to
Yeah,
practice with.
but he sounded very sure of what he was doing. I thought he was okay today. I'm not going to bark on Pete.
The message he
It's a
gave me?
disaster. I think it's terrorism. My personal opinion, cyber terrorism. They got, the Russians or somebody got controls of that boat, that freighter, and they ran it into that bridge.
My message that Piss Pop Pete gave to me today was, he said to all the longshoremen and the shipyards of Philadelphia, congratulations. You are now going to be the main port while Baltimore is shut down for the next 4 to 5 years, and we're going to be moving massive amounts of cars because that is the port of entry. And I think the people of Baltimore, they're either going to have to commute, which is only an hour and 20 minutes, away, or they're going to have to move because, for 4 years is a long time. And
it's a forever time.
It's a forever time.
Think about it. 4 years, Baltimore, 35,000 cars went over that bridge every day.
But it's going to cost the port $15 million per day. $15 million per day. And Philadelphia is saying...
And how about when they lose that business? Do they ever get it back? I mean, all that business is going to go to Philadelphia, everywhere else, Do they ever get it back?
I think Governor Shapiro and the mayor of Philadelphia, I think they're high-fiving each other, saying, "Hey, let's go. You know, let's we're up now. We're going to."
They're accidental winners.
Yeah, and they have, by the way, and they have the the 250th anniversary of Philadelphia. All goes together.
Another big winner for the frat boys and Cuddy Jr. Indiana girls basketball.
Boy, they have ice.
What a game!
What a
At
game
the end of that game, guys, unbelievable stuff. Women's basketball, watch it. It's unbelievable. Indiana, they play in Albany this week, I believe, right?
They do, and
what a game!
And
that
I know
was.
they're showing up. Someone's flying to Albany.
I think he's driving. Cuddy Jr. He's going to drive.
He's going to drive
He's in
to
New
Albany.
York.
That's
What's
crazy.
the ride from New York City to Albany?
Probably 4 hours.
All right, that's a no-brainer for him.
But one thing they do, they make free throws. I don't understand why guys in the NBA can't learn from these.
It's unbelievable. They made every free throw.
Yeah,
In the NBA, these guys are like, they suck.
ice in their veins. So I need to talk to Cuddy Jr. about these point spreads, because you know what? There's not a lot of experts in women's basketball.
Oh my God, those announcers for that game were the worst. I mean, it was horrible.
But
we should apply to be announcers in women's basketball.
But if they play in the finals, Indiana
I'm going
against Iowa, I might have to prepare another statement if Indiana wins again.
Frat boys, I'm taking everybody if they make it to the finals.
Otherwise, little Cuddy, I'm going to have a little speech for you to make, and I'm going to have you tell me who's the national champion.
All right, another big winner this week is Israel because they did a fungu. The UN sanctioned them. Everybody's on Israel's ass. You heard it here first. I said they have 4 weeks, 8 weeks to mop this war up. They didn't do it. Now the world's coming down on them, but they're at the end. I think they got everybody on the run. It's all but over.
And they're exposing the UN for what the UN is. It means nothing. So they're going to do what they have to do, and. But
I think Israel's got to get done real fast so that it's not an issue for Biden and these Palestinians in Michigan. So it's off the table.
Right.
If Israel's out of there, then all the suffering in Gaza ends. People go back to Gaza, and it's not an issue for Joe Biden.
Right. Well, I think we're going to see a lot. But I got another. There's some really great.
I see the cards. You have a winner card and a
I
loser
do,
card.
but here, just to give you an idea for some of the losers, let's go with the Los Angeles Dodgers and the
That's
number one
an
player,
unbelievable story. Give him some background, Gavi.
This guy had a translator that was his best friend that
He's the best guy in baseball.
signed a $700 million contract.
$700 million.
His translator lived with him 24/7. He was actually hired by the Angels and the Dodgers, that if you went to the mound and you needed to talk to Ohtani, he actually was there to interpret everything that went. Well, it turns out his interpreter lost $4.5 million to an illegal
How much
bookmaker.
does an interpreter make?
A couple $100,000 was his contract. The Los Angeles Dodgers just fired him, but Ohtani, without knowing anything, he's the guy that wrote the check. He paid the bookmaker. So when they questioned him, he had to reverse his statement. He first made yes, he admitted that he paid it. But then he lawyered up, and his lawyer told him, no, you didn't know anything about it. So now the FBI and everybody else is going to be looking into this, and you have Pete Rose sitting there on the sidelines who already made a statement who said he only wishes he had an interpreter.
That's
years
unbelievable.
ago. So
Well, you just wonder if Ohtani was placed, or they were really his bets. Do you think Ohtani was an innocent bystander, or this guy was placing the bets for him?
Ohtani knew about it. 100% he knew about it. I don't know if he thought it was anything that was wrong, but he wrote the checks. I mean, he wired the money, $4.5 million. So I think when a gambler starts losing and they need to try to get their money back, the first thing they do is they try to get with sure bets, insider information. So maybe he started betting on California Angel baseball things that he had inside information from his friend. And I think all that's going to come out. And I wouldn't be surprised if Ohtani is suspended not just this year. It could be a 2 to 5 year suspension, because Pete Rose is looking, and so is everybody else. And look, you can't just, even though it's bad for baseball, you can't make rules for certain people. So
I'm taking the other side of it. I'm going to say the translator rats, and he says he placed the bets for Ohtani. Ohtani's a degenerate gambler, and Ohtani's the bad guy here. That's my side of this.
then how does the translator get money in the future? But if this
He's
guy,
done. He got fired.
but he still can get money from Ohtani. But Chris Carter is this ex-football player. He gave a lecture to a bunch of college students. You can see it on YouTube. It's a classic. And the first thing he said for all these athletes to do, if you get really good, you got to find the fall guy, because you might do something in life that you make a mistake, and you got to be able to blame somebody. Can you imagine that advice? So I do think that Ohtani is gonna use him as his fall guy, and now it's up to baseball to believe it or not.
So do you think Ohtani could give this guy $10 million and he'll take the fall? Pay you.
He's going to go to jail, so yeah, Ohtani could say, "I'll help your family out. Maybe I'll give you $5 million. Maybe you'll do a year or something." But yeah, he's going to take care of him.
He's going to take care of him.
Wait, I was going to tell you another guy in California.
Big loser.
P. Diddy.
What a loser.
I mean, P. Diddy is now mentioned in the same breath as Jeffrey Epstein and Michael Jackson. I mean, it's both. And by the way, there's going to be a lot of people talking, because there's a lot of people in Hollywood that knew about this, and they're going to start coming out of the woodworks right now. So, I mean, P. Diddy is in some serious trouble, and is he even in the country right now?
He's out of the country, but P. Diddy's been on the scene for a long time. There's been rumors about this. I don't know. He's 57. He's famous 30 years. So a lot of people can go down with this. Don't forget, he had a 2-year relationship with J-Lo. So was she complicit in this? I mean, there's stories.
Clive Davis?
Clive Davis, who's gay.
Right.
And there's a lot of stories about little boys.
I mean, Universal executives, who knows? I mean,
the president of Universal stepped down. Everybody, this is a big, big scandal. There's drugs. There's underage kids, there's boys, there's girls.
And he's not in the country. Does it remind you of a guy named Roman Polanski?
Took his G550 and left.
Right.
But there's a conspiracy theory. The conspiracy theory is that he was in the house when it was raided, and they let him sneak out.
Yeah, I don't know.
They let him sneak out.
He let his kids get, they were handcuffed.
They let him sneak out, and they let him get on his jet.
Right.
So the reason is he's got so much dirt on all these guys, they let him go.
Tell me one of the people that he has dirt on is Clinton again.
Bill Clinton. I'm sure Bill Clinton.
Why do all roads lead to this guy?
He must smell it out.
I mean,
Bill loves it.
I mean, unbelievable.
Let me ask you a question. If you were married to Hillary, wouldn't you be cheating?
I mean, but he's all over the board. I mean, what's going to happen? I think that P. Diddy has to worry that something might happen to him.
P. Diddy's a goner. I mean, can you imagine a guy? He was tight with Suge Knight. He was tight with Tupac Shakur. He was tight with Biggie Smalls. He survived drive-by shootings. He's not going to survive this.
Right.
He survived everything in his life. He's not going to survive this.
He ain't survived the CIA coming after him.
Yeah, somebody's coming after him. He's got too many. He can rat and save his ass, not serve jail time if he turns all these big shots in.
Yeah, so I mean, that's a huge story. You got Fani Willis. She's not giving up yet. And
yeah, look at this Fani Willis. You tell me. She goes on camera and says, "I did nothing wrong. I mean, I'm innocent." What is wrong with this?
I had an affair with a man. That's all she's.
What is wrong with this woman? What is wrong with these people?
Right.
I get a speeding ticket. I mean, they want to lock me up. I mean, these people do so much shit. They get to leave the country.
Yeah. Then you have your Hunter Biden. He's going to be in court now to basically say, "But I paid back my taxes." But if everybody got indicted for tax evasion, and you said, "Oh, let me pay your taxes," you don't get to pay it after you've been indicted.
Another big winner loser is obviously immigrant border, Biden, the whole mess down there.
Well, how about
I can't believe they can't, figure this out.
How about the president of Mexico going up to
President
him?
of Mexico.
What did he say?
President of Mexico, he basically threatened the United States. He basically was like a mafia thug that basically said, you either do it my way or you're going to have problems.
Wait, you got to lift the embargo on Cuba, Venezuela, give $20 billion. Like, you have to do all these different things and basically say that Mexico is a better country than the United States. If you can do all that, we'll try to keep the people from coming in.
I like how he says with a straight face, doesn't happen in Mexico because we respect and honor the family. The family nuclear is so strong in Mexico. That's the problem with America. Your families are all torn apart. Well, if that's the case, why are all these people running across the border? Why are they trying to get into the United States? Why are there cartels? Why is the whole place run by cartels?
Yeah, and the other loser is the Venezuelan immigrant who basically came up with a couple of YouTube videos. The first one was basically telling you that if you have a baby in the United States, that you get to have $2,300 a month that the United States government will pay you. And the second video that he came up with was basically teaching everybody how to be a squatter and you can get to live there for free. But now ICE has now found him, so he's on the lam. Do you know that?
Yeah.
So he's on the lam right now. So that's like kind of crazy. He could have just kept quiet and did everything. So that's a problem for him.
Another winner is Jesse Waters. He's really found his voice.
He did.
He's great. I like his spread collar, his tie with the spread collar. But I mean, Jesse's on it now. I mean, before Sean Hannity was the guy, I think Jesse's coming number one on that channel.
He is number one, and he got a little lucky. He got Bill O'Reilly to step in crap, so that all of a sudden, he rose to the top. So, no, he has a great show, and he's giving you all the different things that are coming true and everything. But you have Kamala Harris, by the way, another loser.
Boy, did you see that thing where the interpreter had to tell her to stop clapping?
Wait, they had to tell her to stop clapping because she goes to Puerto Rico and the people were
By the way, part of the United States, she didn't know that either.
Right, and they were making fun of her. And she's clapping and nodding her head as they're making fun of her.
Because they're dancing.
And her interpreter had to whisper in her ear, they're making fun of you. And then all of a sudden you see her have to cross her arms. I mean, she's a joke.
I think she's on Ozempic. She lost some weight.
She could be.
She did. She lost some weight. You can see it on her face.
She could be.
She always wears these pantsuits, too. I don't even get that whole pantsuit thing.
Well, Hillary Clinton.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's a lot of winners, losers. Today we have, I'm cheering for Jess Pegula. She's in the quarterfinals of the Miami Open. Hopefully she can pull out a victory. Tommy Paul had hurt his leg, his ankle, so I hope wish him a healthy return. And now we're coming into baseball season starts. Opening day is tomorrow. So let's go Phillies.
Go Phillies.
And
it's fantastic. It's like we went right from football to women's basketball to men's college basketball, women's college basketball, right into baseball.
Right, and my Purdue team, my Final Four bracket, all my guys in the Final Four are still in it.
Gavi, he's Kreskin.
I'm going with Purdue still. They're my team
Purdue
that I chose.
all the way.
Yeah.
All right, folks, what a great quick show out in the courtyard of the Boca Resort. Look at this
really nice.
day. The day, there's not a cloud in the sky. That's a winner.
It's unbelievable.
We're blessed to be living here in South Florida where we're safe.
And we'll see where we're at next week. But we're right now, this is the best time of year to be living in Florida.
Yeah, we got to be outside this time of year. We can't be in a studio.
Yeah, this is like, you got to take advantage of this time. It's 75 degrees, no humidity, not a cloud in the sky. And now I'm going to take my little doggy for a walk now that he can see.
All right, folks, welcome back. We're on Spotify, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, X, Twitter. Maybe we should get on True Social.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey, you know what? Let's do it.
Let's get on True Social.
Yes, absolutely.
All right, folks. Thank you.
We'll see you.